y'all, how you doing? It's Mary. I want to welcome you to my channel. Today is Friday, March 13th, 2026, and it is my middle son's birthday. So I don't know if he watches, but if he does, happy birthday, sweetie. So I have a lot to show you. I'm pretty excited. I've got 2 finishes with 1 fully finished. And so anybody that knows me, has been watching me for a while, knows that framing and finishing is not my forte. But I looked it up on YouTube, and I believe it's Elizabethcanstitch. She had something from a couple years ago where a tutorial on how to frame, and it really helped elevate my framing. So I did frame my navy picture that I did for my son and my foxglove fairy. However, it's on the wall and it looks really good and it's even, and I don't want to mess it up. But I do have something that I framed that I'm going to show you. And this is something I finished on the 1st of March. It was the freebie from Sullivans, USA, which they are a rival floss maker of DMC. They have a lot of really cute freebies on their website. This one is called Rainbow Heart, and I omitted the ribbon at the bottom, which I knew I was really toying with it, with deleting it anyway. But then when I ordered this frame from Amazon, it just fits so perfectly. So here it is framed. It's just an inexpensive 5x5 frame. And I felt like if I did the ribbon, it was gonna get too close, and I didn't want a frame that was bigger than this. Maybe if I would have done it on a 16 or 18 count, I could have got away with it. But I'm really happy with this. And it sits on my shelf with all my other heart pictures. And it's so funny, I was so motivated that I have about 11 projects I pulled out that I'm going to eventually frame, because I'm like, okay, I feel really good that the way she showed that it's not lopsided and all this other stuff. So if you want to frame your own projects, I highly recommend you check out her video. Okay, so let's fast forward to the 8th of March. It seems like Sundays are my day of finishing, and I was able to complete U.S. Air Force. This is from Stoney Creek. I have a frame on order from Amazon, and it's going to come Sunday, so I could definitely show you this, because I'm not going to hang this up, what it's going to look like in its frame. But this is what it looks like finished. This, as much as it was fun, this metallic was challenging. The Krynic especially. Now, I didn't use Krynic for the middle part, and so that went fairly easy. It was the Krynic, it was loosening. I don't know if it's the way I hold my fabric, but once I did the back stitch over it, it fixed it, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So it's completely in metallics. You use 4 metallics, and then the back stitch is in red 666 and DMC 310. So I picked out a red frame for this with a white mat. So I'll show you that next time. So yes, very, very happy. And that was done on 14 count navy Ada. Okay, so the next thing I worked on for 2 Fridays was Manatees. Now, it's going to look like I didn't do much. I actually did 563 stitches. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like that much. It's because right now, there's a lot of color changes, and it has to do with the fact that they really like to do detailing. But this is what it looks like, and you're going to laugh at me. I pulled out the green that I bought at Michael's to do the, to do the seaweed. And it's the same color as the other one. I miswrote the color. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm going to just carry that through because I do not have time nor the inclination to go to Michael's again. It's a pain to get there and we're just too busy. So I'm going to make it work. I'm not even going to worry about it. But I'm going to keep persevering with this body because I know eventually it's gonna get better. Hopefully I can visually see more progress next time and have a little bit more of its body. But usually around the face is a lot of color change because of the details. But that's why I liked it. So, I mean, I'm not really complaining. It's just, I just feel like I want to see more progress. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm trying to get closer to the camera because I feel like I don't show my projects close enough. So I apologize for that. Okay. The next thing I worked on, so you saw the two that I worked on over the weekend. I worked on this. It was March 2nd through the 5th. And this was Beezy Spring. And this is from Cottage Garden Samplings. And I basically did all of this. I did 1,100 stitches, believe it or not. I did all of this. And then I worked a little bit on this. So I'm hoping to pick it up again over the course of spring because this really feels spring-like to me, even though it could technically be summer as well. But nevertheless, I want to get it done by the end of summer. So I'm going to tackle more of the sunflowers because the honeycomb is easy now. I already did all the outline. See? So yeah, I really love it. It's really enjoyable. This is the second one I've done from her, with the strawberry bird being the first one. And it's done on 32 count. It feels like a Joplin. I'm not sure what color it is. I don't know if I don't have the tag. But yeah. Love it, love it. Okay, so the other thing I worked on over the weekend is I have a new start, and that is the Nora Corbett. This is what it's going to look like. It is called Jasmine. I'm doing this for my sister. And when I show it to you, it's going to look like a big glob of nothing. Because what I decided is I didn't want to fudge up the placement. Because if you notice, she is more on the left side. I decided to start in the middle. It's going to be slow going when I do that because of counting and making sure that everything is okay. But I felt like I was going to have less errors if I did it that way. So this is what it looks like. I have to make sure that I show you the right way. But here we go. I know it doesn't look like much, but the Air Force took the majority of my time because I really wanted to finish it. But still, a little progress is better than nothing. And the colors are so soft. A lot of grays and light blues. It's really, really pretty. Okay, so finally, I thought I had to do, I misinterpreted the challenge for Whip Warriors. When I talked to you last time, I wasn't sure if they were going to do Kiss again, which is not doing any other challenges and just mainly focusing on 4 whips, no more than that. But to my pleasant surprise, I only have to stitch at least 1,500. So I'm like, okay, that means I could stitch 3 days instead of 4 each week on the same project and rotate more because I got major startitis. I just want to kit and buy and stitch all the things. And I know you know what I'm talking about. It just seems like this time of the year. I think it's because spring is out and everything is going to look so pretty that, yeah. So I'm really excited after I get done showing you this, what I got planned. Okay, so I've worked on Arabesque by Jan Hicks, and I'm really excited because I got the first page done. I'm actually at 27%. Sorry, I don't have anything. It's kind of clear through the other side. I started working on page 2, and I'm almost done with page 4. So that border on the right, I just got to bring it on down, and pretty much page 4 will be done. So next time I pick it up, I'll go ahead and do that. But let me see. I wrote down how many stitches I did. It was 1348. So even within 3 days, because I got burned out, and I said, you know what? Yesterday I was like, I don't feel like doing anything big. So I decided to pick up a small. And I'm so sad, y'all. I didn't mention it before, but all my freebies, all the things that I purchased, I had on a flash drive. And I made the mistake of pulling it out because I wanted to put pictures on a new one that when I put it back in, it was erased. My heart is broken. I had many years worth on there that I just can't get back. So that's why I'm like, okay, Mary, you're going to change things from here on out. But yeah, just I was on Tiny Monter's Patreon for a couple years. All of those were on there. Just, I can't talk about it anymore. But I decided that I was just going to pull out a small. So this one I saved, it was from a newsletter from last year. And I can't really show you the pattern because I don't have a cover page, but it's from Primrose Cottage, and it's their St. Patrick's Day one. And this is what I did yesterday. And I was so excited. I had this strip of 14 count Aida from a different project, and I was able to use it. So it only calls for 3 colors. And so I just gotta work my way this way and fill in the clover. But yeah, not too bad for a day's worth of work. And that's what I typically do a lot. If I get burnt out, if no project inspires me, I don't necessarily want to start something really big. I'll just do a small. Okay, so this comes up with what I want to do this weekend. So I got this project here, and because it's on dark fabric, I don't know how much I'm going to get done. Because, you know, I got aging eyes and all that stuff. And I'm trying to figure out which way it is. But this is Granny Sunflowers, and I believe this is the way. And so I figure this is going to be my weekend project for a while. See how much I could get done. I think each square is between 90 and 100 stitches, something along those lines. So when my eyes get fatigued, I like to have another project in the mix. So I thought that we'll go ahead and spin and see. I got a couple of new projects and a couple of ones that are whips. So let's see. We're going to spin it. And I hope it's something I feel like doing. Ooh! Okay, it's going to be a new start. If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I bought this when Riola's was having a really good sale on Amazon. It's the macaroons. So I just gotta, I gotta go through I had all the things that I had on there. Let's see. All right, so I just gotta pull out a different Aida because I like my Aida a little bit bigger. But this is what it's gonna look like. Yay! yay, that is so spring-like. It looks so much fun. I just love the colors, you know, and the strawberry and the flowers. You know how I am. So yeah, so I'm going to start that tomorrow for the next 2 weeks. And then when we meet up, I'll go ahead and spin again. I think that sounds like fun. And the reason why I split my things up between two, I've got whips that I don't mind doing during the week. Things that I want to, that takes more concentration. But I picked some things that are on Ada for the weekend and things that I don't have to worry about a lot of concentration. And this is going to be absolutely perfect. So thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Of course, all my current subscribers, I totally appreciate you. You know that. Anybody passing through, I hope you will consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And I will catch you at the end of the month. So happy stitching and take care.